swung again, and I dodged that one. And then he swung again, and I caught it. And I think Flint knew he was in a world of trouble. What's going on, YouTube? It's Bam, and I'm back at y'all with another storytime video. Now, I'm gonna be switching up the style of which I record my story times in, because my first story time, well, it took a lot to make it, but I made it. It was poor quality. My second story time was way easier to make once I bought the MacBook and all of that stuff. And I love doing the voiceover story times. But this story time, however, will be done as a face video, and I'll be swapping out between doing voiceovers and being on camera. I love doing the voiceovers, they're more fun. Plus, I kind of don't even like being on camera sometimes. Anyway, let's dive into the story time. And this is going to be the time when I got into my first fight. Let me set the scene. I was about 11, 12 years old. I was living with my dad. And I was in the 7th grade. And I got into a fight with this white boy named Flint. Flint was way bigger than me. He was always messing with me in class. He kept me plucked back in my head and all types of stuff. When I had enough of that shit, I was like, meet me by the flagpole. And I was like, meet me by the flagpole, bitch. And no cap. I literally told this white boy to meet me by the flagpole. Like, this is the fucking 90s or something. I was like, meet me by the flagpole, bitch. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm hyped. I've been hyped. That was first period. I was hyped from first period all the way until I met this motherfucker at the flagpole. And he steps up to the flagpole. See, ain't nobody knew what fight was going down. So like, the students on their regular, like, back and forth, and stuff like that. That ironic enough, that was one of the days my dad was picking me up from school, because like some days, like if my dad picked me up from school, I had to go with him to his job with him, and I had to do my homework in the break room and stuff like that while he was working. His bosses and them, they were cool. They let me do that just to be there, because sometimes my dad didn't want me home by myself. Me being home by myself, I'm real small and I am young, and you see a little boy walking in a house like that, and ain't no adult walking behind him, or ain't no adult in there. Somebody liable to try to break in. So some days my dad literally would bring me to his job. So me and Flint standing at the flagpole. He looking at me, I'm looking at him. I'm looking up, he looking down. And he swung, and I dodged that bitch. And I looked up at him, and he was like, no way. So then he swung again, and I dodged that one. And then he swung again, and I caught it. And I think Flint knew he was in a world of trouble. So then he tried to kick me, and I slapped his foot down. He tried to headbutt me, and I threw an elbow up, and he headbutted my elbow. It was epic, man. It was like a movie. Flint couldn't touch me. My spidey senses was tingling every time this nigga swung. So on the last swing, this is where he messed up. He must have threw his whole world into that swing, because he fell over. And I was like, are you done? When he get back up, he had a blade in his hand, and his hair was slicked to the side. So I was like, and for some odd reason, he had on a black jacket. So I was like, When he got up, how you do it? Like, first he was holding the knife like this, then he flipped it, and it was like this, and then he was like, and then I woke up. In all seriousness, though, this is actually how the fight really went down. We was in class when this happened, and Flint plucked the back of my head, and I was already having a bad day. Like, Flint ain't never used to pick on me. Nobody really used to pick on me anyway, because like, I'm not someone to pick on, and I'm not saying that as me being a badass or anything. I'm just not someone to pick on. You know, I go to school, I do my work, I get out. Like, I don't bother nobody. So as far as you messing with me, you ain't really got no reason. That was about my dad, so like, you can't mess on me by swag, because y'all still young. My dad used to pick my outfits out, because my daddy had me with nice clothes and shoes. So like, it was nothing, it's nothing you really could pick on me about. I'm not stupid. I was one of the smartest in the class. So, like, Flint actually did, he said something to me. I shrugged it off and I was trying to listen to the teacher. Then he flicked the back of my head. And my daddy had just cut my hair. Like I was trying to grow an afro around that time. I had one braid. My dad cut my hair and pissed my world off. So I was already having a bad day when I went to school. So when that happened, I think I lost control. Cause if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure this is exactly what happened, I just stood up, I turned around, and I punched Flint as hard as I could. And I ain't talking about like coming straight. No, I hooked that nigga. I bang! Slumped the white boy. And at that point, I persisted to punching his ass out. Like, you ever seen Toy Story? Remember when Woody been punching Buzz in his helmet and it was like buzz, 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 like to the right? Like, I was hitting Flint that much. Granted, Flint was bigger than me now. So that don't mean I couldn't stop him from getting out that damn desk. Cause you know, like, the desk in school, like, it wasn't always that pull the chair out type desk. You know, they had some of them desks that was welded on to the chair. So I'm sitting here punching Flint ass out like bang, 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 bang. I'm hitting him as hard as I could. Flint stood up. That's when the real fight was about to begin. However, teacher grabbed me and pulled me back before Flint could swing at me. So we end up in the principal's office. Flint right there, I'm right there. So why was y'all fighting? And he flicked me in the back of my head. Now, me beating Flint up the way I beat Flint up, it kind of came out of fear of what would happen when I got home. Because the one thing my dad always said, like, when I was living with him, my dad has forever been about good grades. You get whatever you want. Every time I got good grades, I got something. I think I got the honor roll. My daddy bought me a PlayStation 3 like a week before it came out. But, like, with my dad, he's all about the grades. But he also is like, if you get in a fight, you better whoop their ass. Because if you lose, or if it look like you lost, I'ma whoop your ass. Again, I am a small person. And I have never been ahead of the pack when it come down to size. I've always been like the smallest. So I was scared of what my dad would have did if he felt like I lost that fight. So let's jump back into the principal's office. He asked us why we were fighting. I told him he flicked the back of my head, and I was already having a bad day. No, I did not take my anger out on Flint while I was having a bad day. I punched Flint because he flicked the back of my goddamn head. Principal called my daddy at his job. Principal called my daddy at his job, right? I think the principal thought my daddy gave me shit. Well, your son is being suspended for 5 days for fighting. Is that in third? Hey, my daddy's such an asshole. This nigga said, did he lose? And the principal was looking like, nigga, what the fuck that got to do with anything? Well, my dad was like, did he lose? The principal was looking like, you gotta be kidding me. So Flint turned around and looked at me and he said, you about to be slumped. I said, try it, bitch. Me and Flint ended up fighting in the principal's office. Now this is when Flint actually started getting with me. I thought I was gonna lose. Cause like Flint was a big boy. He been eating them shit that time. See, the reason why he didn't eat that first punch is because he did not see it coming. And it's not like I snuck him, because I turned around, I looked at him, and he was looking at me. He just saying, no, I'm gonna hit him. So I didn't really sneak him with the first punch, but I boxed his ass as hard as I could. Now, this time when me and Flint get to throwing hands in the principal's office, it was totally different now. Flint pushing me, throwing me all around, all my little behind. Me and this nigga tossing me all around the principal's office and shit like that. I'm talking tossing and throwing. But the whole time he lifting me up off the ground, I'm boxing his ass. Bam! Hitting him as hard as I can. Flint just been eating all of the punches. So at that point, I thought I was gonna lose. The principal, our principal was the old white man. He was like, hey, you was gonna stop that right there. He never got up to start the fight now. He must have been scared of Flint. So he used the radio to call the school resource officer, and they come, and like, the second they grab Flint, I hit him. And I leaked him with that hit. I hit Flint right on the bridge of his nose. Bang! Flint said, oh! And the resource officer grabbed Flint. So I'm sitting there like, Now me, I really ain't want no more static with Flint because Flint kept tossing me easily. So the reason I was grab Flint, I was like, yeah, bitch, run. So the fight is over. They add 5 days to my suspension. I get home. This is one of the days my daddy didn't take me to work with him. I get home, my dad come home, and I still get in trouble. Cause he asked me why was I fighting. And I told him, like, the dude kept flicking the back of my head, like, he ain't had no business touching me. Like, he flicked the back of my head, I get him and I punched him. So he was like, well, you go to school to learn. I was like, yeah, I was learning until I got flicked in the back of my head. That was a distraction, and I felt like he was hindering my education. So I punched him. He said, well, you just postponed your education for 10 days. Little do you think you gonna have 10 days off from school. I got something for you. This jackass, he go to the mall, go to the bookstore, and he buy, like, them problem books for every subject I got in school. And I had to go to work with him every day while I was suspended. And he ripped all the answers out the back of the book, which I never knew were back there. But he ripped all the answers out the back of the book. And he picked what he wanted me to do at the time, and I had to do it. And if I didn't get it right, he chopped me. And I got a beating that day too. And that shit had hurt. And on top of that, he took away my TV. I was grounded. He took away my TV, he took away my PlayStation, he took away my phone, he took everything away. The only time I could have my phone was if I was home and he wasn't home, so that I could call him. I was crushing on a girl named Courtney in school. I couldn't do nothing to talk to her no more. And I used to stay on the phone with her until it's time. You know, we 90s baby, so we had to get off the phone at a certain time. But not me, because my daddy was cool. But she had to get off the phone at a certain time. You know, she was like 2 years older than me. But she was flocking up the boy, so I'm like, word. But like, my first fight was such an awkward experience. And I don't really fight like that in school. A lot of my fights happen like outside of school. And I don't fight a lot. And I technically didn't really learn how to fight until like my really, really heavy village days, being around my bro Jug and shit like that. He got me right. Like, he got me to slap him up. Like, yeah, you can get slapped up. Like, no cap. Like, but I don't fight. Like, I'll fight before I shoot someone though. I'll fight before I pull a gun. You know, like, that's how it should be. Like, nowadays niggas are scared to fight. I like niggas who would rather fight than shoot somebody, because that shows that you got heart. You know what I mean? No man put fear in my heart. If I fight you and I lose, shit, I lost the fight. I can't do nothing about that, other than go train and come back and whoop your ass. That's all I can do. However, that is literally my first fight. I met Flint down the line again. I met him like right before I was about to because they switched us out of that class because they felt that the fight had to end. I met Flint like right before school ended, the school year ended, and I was coming back home to my mother. Flint said, "You know it's not over, right?" So I stood there and I was like, "Pick your poison." Next thing you know, we both start the attack, and it was like the end of Rocky, and goddamn, it was like the end of Rocky 2 when him and Apollo Creed was about to fight at the end. But that literally has been my first fight, and I can't wait to edit this up. I actually have another video coming up, and I really, really think that I'm going to start playing Resident Evil 2 on my channel. Like, I do plan on pumping out a whole lot of video games this year, because some good ones are coming out, and I really can't wait on The Last of Us Part 2. I hope it does come out on Mother's Day, because there's still no release date on it. I would definitely be playing Days Gone. I'm gonna definitely be playing Mortal Kombat, and Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ starts tomorrow. So I'm gonna buy the season pass tonight so that I can play with all the new fighters. That has been my story. See y'all on the next one. Peace.